Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. Now, I spend a lot of time in coffee shops, and one of the biggest things that I've seen specifically here in the US is the fact that there are a lot of people who use Apple laptops. And then that made me think, are Apple laptops really worth it? Now, before I get into this, I do want to say that the Apple brand, I believe, is the most powerful brand in the whole world. You know, a lot of people have a deep emotional attachment to the Apple brand because they really do make good, high quality products. They have an amazing ecosystem that surrounds it, and they have really good support as well for people who use their products. However, being a geek, a lot of times I'm thinking of functionality over form. And then when I see people using these Apple laptops, I really don't see them using it for anything special above and beyond what you would get in a Windows laptop, or in my case, a Linux laptop. They're primarily using it for everyday things, and a lot of times people are using their browsers on there, or they're doing office related stuff, through Microsoft Office or through their built-in Office suite through Apple Mac. And of course, there's definitely people who do a lot of video editing and so forth on there, but all of these things, they are simply nothing that you can't do with other operating systems. And that's where I tend to think about the value proposition of having an Apple laptop, because the majority of people that I see using it in these areas, they really don't use it for the power that it brings, because obviously if you compare it to a similarly priced Windows laptop, you're actually going to get better hardware out of it. And in terms of the software that it provides, you can get the same software on the Windows operating system as well. And as I said earlier, a lot of people are doing everyday things, i.e. their banking, their social media, their business related stuff, and most of that is done through your internet browser. Okay, now going back to the whole value proposition thing, if you've ever looked at the price of Windows laptops versus Apple laptops, you know that the cost of entry for an Apple laptop is pretty high. I mean, as a matter of fact, the lowest end price to get into the Apple laptop ecosystem is about $1,000. So if you wanted to get in an Apple laptop brand new, you're going to usually be looking at an Apple Air, which is about $999. And obviously you could get it for cheaper, maybe $899 if you maybe get a special sale on it. Okay, so that's for a brand new Apple laptop. And for what you're getting out of it, you are getting good hardware, but for the price, it's not the best hardware. Okay, so I'm going back to the functionality. Hardware wise, you're not going to get the best value for your money. And then the software itself. Okay, a lot of people praise the Mac OS operating system, okay, because of its ease of use, its security features, and also the entire ecosystem as well. And I definitely don't take anything away from that. But what I'm thinking about the value proposition, is that whole entire experience worth you paying almost double versus what you could get with another operating system? Okay, and there's a lot of argument there, but when you primarily use your laptops primarily for the internet browser, let's just be real, is it really worth double or sometimes triple the amount? And most of the times it's double. And especially if you're living in foreign countries, the cost of the Apple product is even higher. Like for example, if you're in the UK, there's also an additional tax on top of what you would already pay. So you're paying almost 3 times as much there in some cases than you would here in the United States. And so whenever I think about all those things, I'm really trying hard to understand where the worth of having an Apple laptop is. Okay, besides the fact that you really love Apple products, you really love the Apple ecosystem, but is it really worth that much more? And so those are my thoughts on that. Like I myself, obviously I use Linux. I have my laptop right here. This laptop is actually from a pawn shop. I got it for about $150 to $170 US. I put Linux over it, so Windows is no longer on there. But in terms of what I need to do every day, me, like everybody else, I'm going to be using my internet browser for most of the work that I do every single day. And obviously for all the other tools, I use a lot of applications that are very similar to what you would get in either Windows or Mac. But the majority of things that I do are actually through my browser. And so the value proposition is already fulfilled there for me. Obviously, if I could get better hardware, I will get better hardware. But the overall user experience and everything else, over 90% of it, it's already been fulfilled. And so let me know what your thoughts are on the Apple laptops. Is it something that you think it's worth the money? Or do you think, as a lot of people who are, I guess, Linux users or even Windows users, they really feel like people who really love the Apple brand are sheep. They just follow whatever the products are being released without thinking about the value that they're actually providing for the money that they're spending. Okay, so leave your comments and ideas below. And as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you wanted to support my channel further, you could do that at patreon.com/Geek Outdoors. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on another episode. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com, and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.